the well-being of those staff then that are going into the front line. How do you get that right? How do you remotely make sure they're in the best place to deliver?
Yeah, you have great leaders out there that are completely aligned to the wider organizational strategy. They understand the lines of communication, and I heard you talking briefly about communication. I think communication is massively important, and if you sit at the top of an organization, the best litmus test of the efficiency of your communication strategy is find the most junior member of the organization and go and ask them. And if you don't hear your words back, it's not working.
Yeah.
So, we work really hard on communication. And you can have the greatest strategy, but if you don't communicate it well, nobody's going to buy it. I think that the other piece is that we use mission command in the military, and it translates so well into business, I think. And this is basically giving real freedom of movement to act within a set of rules. So you will give them the ends. So what does good look like? This is the desired end state of this plan, of this task, of this strategy. And you'll give them the means. So you'll give them a budget or the physical capability to deliver it. But the way it's done is absolutely theirs to do. And I think that's really important. You give them real freedom. You get the best thinking through that philosophy. And that's what we did with our teams that went out there. Although it was really prescriptive, some of the drills, the leadership and how they went after the task, once they were there, was absolutely theirs.
But the fear that we see is kind of, it's correct. We need to be respectful of this. This COVID-19 is certainly something we've never dealt with before. But how do you manage that fear and that will take over if we don't manage it?
I think it's really interesting. For me, I think the society, this is a moment in history. And I'm not trying to glorify this in any way, but it's a moment in history where I think we'll sit and chat with our grandchildren about what we did in this space and time. And we should be really proud, whether that's, of the actions that we took. And I think if that is how we lead our teams remotely and give them the best information that we can, and we assure them that we are doing everything we can to keep them in their jobs, and that the company really values the input that they're doing. I think also we'll look back in a society about how we helped and what we did. That little act that could be done for all the vulnerable people in our community by getting a little bit shopping for them or whatever. So this, for me, it's a really pivotal point in where we are, and people should really do the right thing as far as I'm concerned. I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here, but I'm really passionate about, actually, this is really, really serious. And if we don't do what the guidelines tell us to do, it could be a mess.
Yeah.
And the longer that we don't adhere to it, the longer we're going to be in this position, because this illness will continue. Spanish flu, which came after the First World War, took 5 years to recover from. 5 years to recover from for businesses, maybe irretrievable.
Yes, having that bank of energy that we need to kind of keep popped up during this time when, it is fearful, and I think that's exactly what you're saying there, that we need to kind of bank that now and be ready.
There's two things probably going on just now. You've got this anxiety of what does the future look like for us, from their personal well-being, financial, all of those bits that are drivers to make them go to work. And then the second bit is, okay, what can I do to help?
Yeah.
And that's the space that you can be at the best. That's where you can get the best out of your people, because there's a will to help. And if you can create the vision and the direction of travel for that, you'll get great products, you'll get great innovation, because some people have some amazing ideas of how to take your business forward in this space of restriction.